YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Jay on the Segway. We are now in Rodney. We're about to make a video today. Go on this guy. Okay, so today's video is gonna be shit sponsored by me, made and edited by me, all me. We're gonna do this guy first. And I'm gonna show you guys a couple of things before we start this video. Okay, this thing does come with a remote control that you can use to control this thing, and you can make this thing follow you around like a little puppy, which I may not need to use that today because I don't think this ride is going to be long enough for me to need to use that. But we're gonna ride this thing. I can't remember the exact miles, guys. I can't remember the exact miles. It should be around 13 and a half, 13.2, something like that. So we're gonna do this guy first, and then we're gonna do the other one later. The other one is gonna be the very first model they made for the consumers, you know, like regular people like me, I guess. But yeah, stay tuned. Quick, before we start, there's an app for these things. So you can download the 9bot app, Segway 9bot app. That's what it looks like. It'll tell you I got 100% battery. I did not ride this thing at all after I took it off the charger. I started with a fresh canvas so you guys can get it from scratch. I've already posted my weight so you can see how much I actually weigh. It says I got 21.8 miles remaining. That ain't gonna happen. I got 810.9. I guess I'm gonna move this like 5 feet and it's probably gonna go to 811 miles. That's total miles that I have. That's the mileage on the odometer of this unit right here. You can see I put it through its paces. It's nice and dirty. Can't be keeping this thing clean because it's just I use it too much. But we got 21.8 miles. I'm gonna have to leave the Segway on so that I can record the riding miles right now. So if I do have to turn it off, I'm gonna try and record the mileage before I turn it off so you guys can see how many miles I've ridden at that point before I turned it off. But this ride should be about 13, a little over 13 miles. This should be able to do it easily, especially with me being, my riding weight right now is like what, 206 or something like that, because I ate. So we're gonna do this one first and then we're gonna do the older one after. The older one is supposed to go only 15 miles, 15.4, something like that miles. And so it's gonna be cutting it close. I'm gonna probably try and govern this thing down. Let's see if I can govern it down a little bit. Speed and reacting. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep my cruising speed. This will actually tell you how fast you're riding. This thing is like a little speedometer. I'm gonna try to keep my cruising speed around 7-8 miles an hour. That way I can complete the miles and don't have to worry about calling Cocoa Bread to come rescue me. All right, so without further ado, guys, let's go.
How's it going, guys? Crazy, this was all flooded like what, 6 months ago? I'm glad they rebuilt it. Man. All right, guys, so this is the section right here. You can see all this was over flooded. All the mud and everything was over the walkway. They actually closed it off. This bridge was flooded out. I'm surprised this bridge actually didn't collapse. You can imagine all the debris that possibly went over this bridge, ran up against it. But yeah, all this, guys, I mean, you might be able to see the elevation if the GPS inside of here is acting right. You can see the elevation, and I'm climbing up right now. But yeah, all this was overflowed with mud and, you know, all the hay and everything that comes with flooded waters. All the way up here, it was closed off. I was a little salty about it because I was like, well, damn, me and Cocoa Bread were trying to go for a little stroll. But we're good. We're good to go again, guys. Good to go. Oh yeah, these things go over railroad tracks. Not a problem. All right, so we're getting close to the end of the trail system. Here's another little cool section, so I decided to go back to normal speed. But real quick, if you guys live in Manhattan, Kansas, there's a off-road trail system. In case you guys did not know, you can kind of see it goes off. It goes off into two little sections. So if you got a mountain bike or something like that, you kind of want to tackle on something different. You got a little off-road terrain. I actually took that terrain with the first generation Segway. It was pretty interesting. There were maybe 2 or 3 spots where I actually had to get off because of the tree stumps and everything that goes over the pathway. They're just too big, you know. You can't go over anything just because you got air tires. But yeah, pretty interesting. How's it going? You got runners out here. You got walkers, people walking their dogs. Guys working on stuff. You know, they've been rebuilding since the flood. Did a damn good job, by the way. So if you're a part of that crew, shout outs to you. So people actually use these systems, so it's pretty good to know that the city cares enough. Hell, pay enough in taxes. I figure that they do stuff like this, they get on it as soon as it clears up. So, but yeah, we're almost towards the end of the trail system. I think there's another mile, maybe not even a mile. When we get to that point, we're gonna check the mileage and to see how many miles we rode. And all right, coming up to the moment you've guys been all waiting for. So let's get this phone out and see how many miles we've gone on this trail system here. Let's see how much battery we have left, and we'll check the battery temperature too. So we'll do it later. Wow, 32% battery left. We got 32% battery. We rode. Current mileage. Oh, so it's just 9.4 miles. So that's not as bad. It was probably longer the first time because I rode that off-road trail, and I'm sure that added a lot more miles to it. But I am not home yet. I'm probably still another mile away from the house. But this is where we're at. 9.5 current miles that we rode and 32% battery left. And here we are, guys, at the crib. Now let's go look at some statistics here. Okay. Back at the house. We're showing 1 bar left. You guys can see. All right, let's get this app opened up here. MiniPlus. Gonna ignore this thing forever. So we got 27%, right? Now, when we checked it last time, it was 9.5 miles. So that was 1.5 miles. And we went from 32, I think it was, to 27%. That really ain't that bad, guys. Especially being at 206 pounds rider weight. Yeah, it says I have 5.6 miles left. So you look at the my average speed was 6.9. So I did a pretty good job, guys, keeping it between 7 and 8. I actually was riding a little slower, and 821 total miles on the odometer. But now you guys can see how this MiniPlus rides under these conditions. Now I'm about to go right to the first generation one, and we're gonna do the same thing all over again. What's up, YouTube? Jay on the Segway here again. We got the first generation. Now this one's got the largest battery pack. I bought this about a week after it was released. So yeah, we're recording a video. I got this thing about a week, or actually it was the week of that it was released. I got this one specific tire right here that just won't hold air for longer than about a day and a half. So every day and a half I gotta put air in it, and that's what motivated me to get the other one, the second generation. That was just an excuse, actually. But anyways, I'm gonna get this filled up. I usually run 44 psi in my tires. It's a little stiff, but it works. It feels good. You get good range on them. When you're on a smooth surface, it runs pretty good. But yeah, let me get this all set up, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so we're working with a whole lot less range here. So we got the first generation, the MiniPlus, 15.5. We're at 100%. I let it sit on the trickle charger, so it's fully charged. As you can see, I have 641 miles on the odometer on this one, and the actual temperature is 62 degrees for the battery, so that's not too bad. That's even better than before. I don't know about this one. This one might not be so promising, guys, but we'll see. Anyways, that's what it looks like. Without further ado, let's do this time lapse, baby. All right, just so you guys can kind of see what we're looking like right now. I guess I better slow this bad boy down because yeah, the extra amount of capacity that I have with the second generation one, this first generation, I don't know, man. I got home with 27% battery life. This one has the same motors, right, as the second generation. It's the same motors, the same output, 400 sustained and 800 peak power each wheel. So we're looking at total 1600 on peak and 800 on sustainable power. And But the battery, I can't remember the capacity. I think the capacity for this one is 5,700, and the newer one is 67. Hey, what's up? I tell you guys what, man. The posture that you're kind of forced to have when riding with the handlebars is amazing. So I did it with, you know, with just the knee controls. You know, before it's just the knee controls. So I did the second generation with the knee controls, as you guys seen earlier, and I find myself hunching forward. And this may be depending on each person's different. Everybody rides different. Everybody has a different posture when they ride, you know, things like these. My posture is I felt a little strain on my back. It's like I kept leaning forward naturally. With this one, it forces you to kind of stand up straight. You got this thing in front of you. I guess it's maybe that sense of having something in front of you and standing accordingly. Like you have something like that in front of you, you kind of lean up. You kind of tend to push your body towards it, so my back is more upright. I just thought I'd share that with you guys while I'm sitting here time lapsing. So all right guys, see ya. Yeah, I had to stop for a second. Shoosh, man, I gotta leave myself. Hey guys, all right, so we're at that point again where we're almost at the end of the trail system. I don't know why I'm tired. Like, you tired of standing. I don't expect this first generation to do as well as the second one. I just want that to be clear. I don't expect it to beat the numbers, but I think they're going to be kind of close. When I get home, I have to collect all the data and see how much or we could see how much capacity they've used. But I think this first generation is a little bit better. I don't know. It's lighter. I don't know about how much. Like I said, when I get home, I'm gonna collect the data and I'll run it by you guys. It's lighter. It's probably about 11 pounds, 9 pounds, something lighter than the second generation one. It has the same power, it just has a smaller battery, or a smaller battery pack. It's going to be real interesting to see the difference between the two. Alright guys, Jay on the Segway again. So now I'm at the house. Let's see what the battery percentage is at. I think it used 10%. No, it used with the second generation it used 6%. I guess we'll look at it when we review the footage. But right now, let's see where we're at. 12%. So 10% is what we lost within that last mile and a half. And it says we got 1 mile left. Total riding miles was 10.8. Average speed 6.7. So I was able to kind of keep it around the same. And we were riding for almost 2 hours. So I'd say about an hour and 50 minutes, hour and 45. You will be out of juice and you'll be walking this thing. And so later, guys. All right, guys, what's up? This is Jay on the Segway. We'll do a final product review here. So here's the second generation MiniPlus. This guy here, you can look at it side by side. Let's look at the bellies between the MiniPro, which is the first generation, and the MiniPlus. Take this handlebar. And so on this MiniPro, while we're at it, the handlebar will disconnect from here. You got this little latch here that locks it in place. You put the pressure on it and it locks it. and then you release it. Now, taking it off is not as easy, so we'll pause it here. Okay, so we got the handlebar disconnected. It originally has a knee bar like this, just doesn't look like it, but it forms, you know, it slides into there, and the functionality is the same pretty much. This one's just a lot thicker. I don't have the original knee control on me, but I don't know, the padding on this, see, I haven't ridden this in a while. I've been riding this MiniPlus for the last year and a half, or since this was released, and the padding is a lot more, you know, flattened, so to speak, where this guy right here has a lot more padding on it, but it still has 600 and something miles on it. So anyways, speaking of the miles on it, let's go over that real quick. So I'll take the phone out, we'll turn the MiniPro on, which is this guy. Isn't that interesting? When we stopped yesterday, when we stopped and we got to my house, it was at 1 mile remaining. Oh, look, it's 2.9, 2.8. So it's fluctuating. So these are smart batteries. These things will actually give you real-time information. If you're riding it and you're still riding it, the mileage, I guess, would be a lot lower because now you got the batteries, you know, exhaustion from riding so long. Remember, if you guys remember, it was like an hour and 40 something minutes, I think, was the riding time. So it was on for a while, but 651 miles on this guy. And then we got, how much battery life do we have left? We have 1129 of the 5700. So you guys can see the differences with the battery. We got 1128 left out of the 5700, which leaves it with 23% battery. Last time I checked, we had 12% when we stopped at the house. So that's where we're at right now, guys. So let's go on to the MiniPlus. It's actually not pretty, you know, not too bad. This one here has lights in the wheels. Okay, so that's the differences. This one doesn't have lights in the wheels. This one does. The headlight is up on the top on the steering, and on this one it's on the bottom. I'll turn this one on so you can see. I think I have to cover up the light sensor. It's not coming on. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a recap on the next day, specifications, where the batteries are. I like to ride the black one, which is the first generation, which is the one with the handlebar kit. I like to ride that one. Almost never, to be honest, but it's a good, hold on, is this thing even sitting up straight? Probably is. Anyways, I like to ride the black one almost never. The white one, it's just more comfortable. It feels more solid. It feels better built overall. The build quality is a lot better. It's you feel more secure. Yeah, I don't know. The black one has smaller wheels, 10.5-inch diameter wheels. That's from the factory. If you get the hybrid tires and the or the off-road tires, they get, you know, the diameter, you know, goes up a little bit more. The white one has 11.5-inch diameter tires, and that's where you get the extra top speed. Now, they advertise 12.5 miles an hour, and I'm here to tell you, these things do not go 12.5 miles an hour. They do not. You might peak it at 12.3 miles an hour. And there are people who probably will actually peak it at 12.5, but that's peak top speed. Those things will not cruise at 12.5 miles an hour. They will cruise at like 11.8, 11.9, according to my experience. You guys may experience something totally different. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you want to see more comparison videos with these type of things, just let me know in the comments below. And if you like what you saw, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more stuff. I do a lot of random things or just different tech related stuff, I guess. I'm not a super tech guru. I'm just here to entertain. So hopefully you guys are having a lovely day. Be a good human. Take it easy. And I'll see you on the next one. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? Somebody say hi to me. Somebody. Who's gonna say hi? What's up, player? What's good with you? I like that little yellow earring you got. Yeah, your shit's sexy too, player. Hey, don't get feisty. Chill out, guys. It's all good. This is just Jay on the Segway. Oh, this motherfucker shit. Just gonna walk off with your ass up in the air like that? Alright, guys. I have got to go. That's Jay on the Segway. We're gonna put that in the extras. Yeah.